teams looking to stake their claim in the wide-open Eastern Conference. Another stiff early test for the Pacers in Toronto tonight. Jamal Tinsley, he's shaking and faking even off the court. The youngsters being put to the test, doing their road work early in the season. 4 games on the road in the first week of play. Tonight, venturing north across the border at the Air Canada Center. The new look Racehorse Pacers going up against the Toronto Raptors. Hi, everybody. The Pacers take their show on the road, or Clark, is that taking showtime on the road?
I would certainly say the latter. It was showtime. High-octane offense with fuel efficiency is what the Pacers showed in their win on Friday against Orlando. And it started with the play of Jamal Tinsley. There he comes up with the pilfer and the sweet dime to Jermaine O'Neal, streaking for the throwdown. But it wasn't just Tinsley and O'Neal. Jeff Foster, 13.6 boards in only 15 minutes of playing time. O'Neal continues to show tremendous presence as long as he's focused on scoring and not arguing with the officials. And Jalen Rose, who did not score in a 63-point first half for the Pacers, had a game-high 24 all in the second half.
Pacers scoring 117 points. They are establishing a new identity around an unflappable rookie who, Clark, already is looking like the steal of the draft.
Well, I know it's early, but he would be my rookie of the year right now, Al. He has been terrific, and he brings toughness, smarts, and sweet dime dropping ability. There you see his last 3, well, actually all 3 games, the last 2 double-doubles. He's a treat to watch, and he's a joy for his teammates to play with.
And tonight we'll be going up against the Toronto Raptors, one of the favorites in the Eastern Conference. They lost their first 2 games on the road, but then Friday return home and return to their expected form, blowing out Dallas.
And that expected form was catapulted by the play and energy of their all-star Vince Carter. Only he can do things like that, Al. Baseline, reverse flush. He got help, though, from Morris Peterson, the second-year forward, who had 23 points and a career-high 8 assists.
And the Raptor attack now anchored inside.
A Hall of Famer to be, Akeem Olajuwon. There you see his career numbers. He's off to a solid start with the Raptors, and his presence in the middle means that Antonio Davis goes to more familiar territory, in my mind, as a power forward. Throughout his 8-year career, he's played forward and center, but right now adjusting again to being the power forward on this Raptors club.
So it's AD and the Dream along with the invincible one. Next up for Reggie, Jalen, and the Pacers' frisky young pups. Indiana in Toronto, and you'll see it all next on WB4. A little short of a sellout here tonight. Into it in a hurry here in Toronto. The opening tip, and it's controlled by the Indiana Pacers, who face a Raptor team that last year swept the Pacers in 4. Indiana with the first shot. Tinsley taking it to Williams. Fadeaway jumper. And there is Foster ripping it away from Antonio Davis, and O'Neal steps around the 38-year-old Hakeem Olajuwon.
Well, the second shot opportunity, one of the key factors tonight. The Raptors averaging 17 offensive rebounds a game, Al. The Pacers need to eat glass on their defensive board, and it's always nice when you can get a second shot opportunity early in the game.
Tonight in Toronto, Tuesday on to Philadelphia before returning home Wednesday against Sacramento.
Well, there's an effort by Antonio Davis to keep a possession alive for the Raptors.
Carter goes in on Rose, and flying to the hoop is Vince Carter. Shooting was off opening night, taken out by Tracy McGrady, and Orlando by 29 points. But Carter had 25 in the win against Dallas. And very early, the Pacers looking to establish Jermaine O'Neal and take it right to the future Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon and make him work.
By design, Al. As you stated, going right at Olajuwon. O'Neal playing with tremendous confidence. He does have a quickness advantage inside and able to get Olajuwon his first foul.
Steady is Jermaine O'Neal after the nightmare in the opening night against New Jersey. O'Neal coming back strong the last couple of games. Our Dodge starters, it's Foster O'Neal up front, Rose, Tinsley, and Miller. Olajuwon with Peterson and Davis, and Alvin Williams and Vince Carter in the backcourt.
Already, Al, the matchups for the Raptors, Jalen Rose being defended by Morris Peterson, and Reggie Miller drawing Vince Carter as his guy, keeping an eye on him.
Morris Peterson coming off a near triple-double. He gets the pass from Carter. Peterson had 23 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds, dazzling against Dallas in the first win for Toronto. After a rocky start, O'Neal gets away from his man, and O'Neal is off and running. It's Jermaine O'Neal 5 and the Raptors 4. O'Neal 17 points against Orlando with 8 rebounds. He had 20 points in the second half in the win against Chicago. There's Foster rebounding, and again the Pacers hustling out, just trying to wear teams down. Peterson is now on Miller. Carter, though, stepping away. It's a 3-on-2 for Toronto. Again, the combination of Carter to a slashing Mopeat.
Well, both of these teams want to run, and quite honestly, both teams are best in the open floor. It should be an up-and-down game all night long.
Lenny Wilkins, that's what he wants his team to do. So how does Hakeem Olajuwon fit in with a running team?
Well, on occasion, he'll just be the trailer. And other times, if they don't get something in the initial thrust, he'll get a post-up opportunity. But he's not going to play big minutes, Al. He's only averaging about 27 minutes a game. And I would expect in this type of game, it might even be less.
Right now, Jermaine O'Neal has Hakeem's head spinning. 7-6, Pacers by 1. O'Neal has them all. We've played nearly 3 minutes. First quarter, Olajuwon almost traveled. Wide open in the corner is Alvin Williams. He has really been struggling with his shot, but nothing but net on his first try here tonight. Pacers are averaging 104 points a game. That's 5th best in the league. Rose tries again. There is Reggie Miller upstairs. Foster a couple of extra tries. Long pass, and Carter with a finish. Carter always looking to sneak down the floor. And it's 10-7 in favor of the hometown Raptors, who were rocked their first 2 games. Blown out in Orlando. Then they missed 16 foul shots and lost at Miami 97-92 before beating Dallas here by 17 Friday night. O'Neal, Pacers doing a job on the offensive board, just too quick for Hakeem Olajuwon and for Antonio Davis, who is strong but right now can't keep up with the feet and the muscle and the hustle of O'Neal and Foster.
Well, the Raptors able to get out in transition after the Pacers had missed 2 point-blank tip attempts, and that allowed Carter to be alone as Reggie Miller had missed a tap in and Jeff Foster missed one. Defensive floor balance not in play there, and Carter got behind the Pacers for that throwdown.
Second personal foul already on Hakeem Olajuwon. And Jermaine against the Raptors. Raptors in 10 games just about has surpassed that already. Certainly has in points.
I wonder if somebody showed him those numbers prior to tonight's game, because he's certainly playing with the tenacity and focus that you love to see from J.O.
9 points for O'Neal, 9 points for the Pacers. Carter is wrapped up, deflected, the race is on, and Tinsley gets there, but he touched it last. If he let it go, it might have been last touch by the Raptors. I don't know if Peterson would have been able to get to the ball, but two hustling players.
But I think a Pacer had deflected it out, so that's why Tinsley was trying to get to it, and Peterson
blocked out of it.
Doing a nice job with the cross body block.
Yeah, Isaiah Thomas looking at Peterson, who may make the Toronto Maple Leafs with a nice check there into the boards of Tinsley. Keon Clark is getting ready to come in, so Olajuwon will get a quick breather. The lefty is Peterson, and he gets a friendly bounce. So Peterson leading the scores for Toronto. He has half of the 12.
Well, Lenny Wilkens told Peterson that he wants to see him be more active without the ball. Good play by Carter there, and here come the Raptors.
O'Neal unable to hold on. Williams has Carter. He slips in, and the foul.
The two key guys for Toronto are Vince Carter and Mo Peterson. Lenny Wilkens wants to see the energy level of those two players be at a 10 on a 1 to 10 scale. And when it is, they make plays at both ends of the floor. Here's Williams in the open court, leaves it for Carter, and O'Neal just unable to elevate in time enough to bother that shot, and Carter able to get the hoop and the foul.
And factor in also Alvin Williams, who is now the starting point guard. With Mark Jackson went to New York. Foster gets a rest, huffing and puffing for the feisty one, all over the floor in the opening 4.5 minutes, and Austin Crozier replaces him. But Lenny Wilkens in the game against Dallas the other night for the first time saw his team push the ball and set the tempo with that crisp movement, and you're seeing some of it here. Pacers with their pace helping to initiate this up-tempo game. This is a call, and again it's on O'Neal. So back-to-back, O'Neal, who's off to the terrific offensive start, has fouls numbers 1 and 2. Jack Neese making the call, working tonight with Tom Washington and Michael Henderson, rookie referee. Carter with Rose watching him. Keon Clark, fadeaway lefty. Keon Clark, known for his shot blocking, scores the first one, and there with the intercept. Here's Peterson racing the other way.
Right now, the Raptors are the more aggressive, and they're the quicker team, although O'Neal has had his way inside. Overall, the speed of the Raptors really showing itself in a positive way to start this game. And O'Neal going to sit down. He picked up his second foul about 10 seconds ago, and he'll have to sit for a while as Carlos Rogers gets his first call of the regular season.
As a Pacer, and he does it right here in Toronto, where he played for 2 years, one under Isaiah Thomas and Brendan Malone, and that was Carlos's best season of his 7 as a pro. Second year of the Raptors, he averaged 10 points and 7 rebounds, seeing much time in the middle. Here's Peterson, first-round draft pick last year. Michigan State championship team. 11-2 run by the Raptors, and we highlight the word run.
Definitely. They're playing it on roller skates so far.
Or up here in Toronto on ice skates.
And that would be more appropriate here north of the border.
Keon Clark gets the personal foul. That has been a difficulty for Keon. Last couple of games he's had 11 personal fouls, and he puts Austin Crozier to the line. Against Orlando the other night, Austin struggling with his shot, but doing everything else. He had 8 rebounds, he had 4 assists, which is 1 shy of his career high, and very much in the middle of the mix, even though his shot wasn't going.
And that's the key for Austin. That's a difference from this year to last year, where if he didn't have it going offensively, he might not have contributed in those other areas last year, as he was trying to probably live up to the contract he signed and put more pressure on himself to start the season last year.
Well, he got to the foul line 6 times and hit all 6, so driving all over the floor. Pacers have had problems having a grip with the basketball here in the early going. Miller with Carter on him. And there it is. Is there ice underneath the hardwood tonight? And another foul. Well, the Maple Leafs were here last night, beating the Stanley Cup champion Colorado Avalanche. And there is a coolness that perhaps the home team Raptors are used to. But Indiana having their problems gripping the basketball.
Well, the Raptors having a tough time defending without fouling. That's their 4th team foul already, and we've yet to reach the halfway point of the first quarter. And the Pacers doing a nice job making their free throw attempts all season long. On the season, the Pacers so far shooting 83% as a team. That's an Achilles heel for the Raptors. They're only at 63% from the line here in the early going.
Well, in the loss to Miami, as mentioned before, they lost 97-92, missed 16 foul shots in the ball game. Crozier already has been to the line 4 times, hitting all of them. Alvin Williams making it look very easy. Last couple of games, he has been the workhorse. He's playing 40 minutes per ball game in those 2.
And he hasn't turned it over yet this season.
Crozier again draws the foul. He had AD there along with Keon Clark. The foul will be on Clark, his second. So Clark has 2, Elijah on 2, and AD with 1 personal foul. Timeout.
A hero is someone who is strong and determined, courageous and dedicated, someone who is loyal to their family and friends, and known for their kindness to strangers. They are defined by the spirit of their convictions and the selflessness of their actions. They are our heroes.
I play center for the Bulls. I'm the point guard for the Mystics. I play
power forward for the Sixers.
6-man.
My dad's the head coach for the Lakers.
Small forward. The 3-point specialist for the Celtics.
You can play or coach in the Junior NBA or Junior WNBA member league near you. Log on to NBA.com or call us at 866-JR-HOOPS to learn how you can participate as a player, coach, or parent.
I'm a small forward for the Spurs.
I'm the shooting guard for the Bucks. No, really, I am.
Feel the excitement. Live the experience. Come be a part of the action. Get your tickets now to the world's greatest game, live and in person. Call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS or log on to NBA.com for tickets. There's nothing better than being there. Tickets are on sale now.
Pacers basketball is brought to you by Arby's, by AutoZone. Get in the zone. AutoZone. By Bank One, official financial service institution of the Indiana Pacers. And by Jeep. Check out the new Jeep Liberty, only at your nearby Jeep dealer.
Al Albert along with Clark Kellogg. Welcome back to Toronto. Early evening on Sunday, basketball action. And there is the scoring. O'Neal scored the first 9 points for the Pacers. And Crozier now has come with 5 straight, all at the foul line. So Austin this season is getting opportunities at the foul line. I won't mention it until he takes this next shot. And
well
he does,
done.
so he is now 15 of 15 from the line in the first 4 games.
Pacers only 3 of 10 since O'Neal picked up his second foul at the 7-minute mark, but they're hanging around by virtue of getting to the free throw line. The Raptors already over the limit with 5 team fouls, so on every common foul, the Pacers will shoot foul shots. Peterson continues to ignite the Raptors, though, doing it inside and out.
He's now in double figures with 10. Hitting that three-pointer.
And doing a nice job so far defensively on Jalen Rose.
Fade away, and there is Clark, what he does best. Block shots, he also gathers it in. Stutter step by Peterson, but 1 step too many, says referee Tom Washington. He turned that ball over. Quick pass goes down to Crozier in play as Clark made that block. And Crozier made that hoop. Crozier hits from deep in the corner, so Austin Crozier off the bench with a hot hand. It has been Jermaine O'Neal with 9 straight points, and Crozier has followed with 8. That's the Pacer offense. Rose with a tip. And now Jalen Rose searching for his shot in the first half. Remember the last game he went scoreless in the first half and then poured in 24 in the second in the win against Orlando. Trapping for the rebound, Carlos Rogers. Miller is wide open. And it's off of Austin Crozier and out of bounds.
Boy, he was in great position now. He just overran the ball. You always want to try to get to the weak side, the side from which the shot, opposite from which the shot is being taken. And Austin just overran that opportunity for an offensive rebound.
That Pacer bench is represented by one man, Austin Crozier. Indiana, though, shooting 4 of 14 from the field. Ice cold first quarter of play. And right now, Jamal Tinsley has not been handling the basketball. Toronto making their shots. They are shooting at a crisp 60%. And that, of course, not allowing Isaiah Thomas to watch his rookie get the fast break going.
There you see the numbers on Vince Carter last year in the 4-game series sweep of the Pacers. He averaged 35 a night.
Last year, 6th leading scorer in the NBA, just shy of 28 points a game. So far in the first 3 this year, down below the 20 mark, 19 per.
That won't last long. He'll have a couple of eruptions and be right in that mid-20 area before the end of the month.
Carlos Rogers with a little hook, and Rogers, who is a high percentage shooter, and he has now hit all his shots that he has taken this year. That was his first. There's a push-off on Carlos Rogers. So Rogers gets his first personal foul, or check that, his second.
Team's fourth.
3.5 to go in this first quarter. Raptors are running, gunning, working up a sweat, but they only lead by 4 against a Pacer team that has had difficulties making their shots. So Indiana has to be fairly pleased at the position they're in right now.
Well, they're taking advantage of the free throw line. They've been able to draw fouls, get inside, and knock down their free throws.
Slipping in is Tinsley as he splits the defense. His first bucket tonight, and he makes it a 2-point game. Still looking for his first assist. Antonio Davis touches the ball for the first time and hits. Didn't even know AD was on the floor. 26-22, Raptors with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Crozier turned around on that pass, working inside, and that one is rejected by Antonio Davis. He got by the big shot blocker in Clark, but there was AD whipping that ball around, and we have a whistle. And we have,
I'm guessing 3 seconds, Al. We'll confirm it when we return.
Timeout call.
You're watching a free preview of NBA League Pass on Sports in Demand.
NBA League Pass is like my own personal NBA control room.
Get up to 40 out-of-market regular season games a week.
My job transferred me far from home, but I can still see my team play.
Call now and save $20 with the early bird discount.
When a player's on fire,
when my team tips off,
you'll be there. The discount expires at the end of this preview, so call and order now. NBA League Pass. Now, you've got games.
We know who the heroes are. They are the ones who in a time of need say, come with me. It will be all right. A fireman, a policeman, a soldier. They are our fathers, mothers, brothers, and sisters. We know who the heroes are.
I play center for the Bulls. I'm the point guard for the Mystics.
I play
power forward for the Sixers. Six man.
My dad's the head coach for the Lakers.
Small forward. The 3-point specialist for the Celtics.
You can play or coach in the Junior NBA or Junior WNBA member league near you. Log on to NBA.com or call us at 866-JR-HOOPS to learn how you can participate as a player, coach, or parent.
I'm the small forward for the Spurs.
I'm the shooting guard for the Bucks. No, really, I am.
Pacers will play 4 of their first 5 games on the road tonight in Toronto, Tuesday in Philly, then Wednesday back home against the Sacramento Kings, one of the best from the West. And it's also Britney Spears for You Night, presented by Pepsi-Cola. First 5,000 fans receive a Britney Spears poster, plus all night you could win the new Britney Spears CD, hats, T-shirts, and more. So there is the information for tickets. You can, of course, pick up tickets at Conseco Fieldhouse or just jump online at Ticketmaster.com. Wednesday, it's a special starting time Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, because Sacramento's from the West. It just take them a little longer to get into town. 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Rose passes up that shot.
Well, Peterson doing a nice job of staying right with him, Al. So even though Jalen had a shot, because Peterson had been on him so well throughout this quarter, Jalen elected to pass it off.
And that was one of the weaknesses in the game of Peterson. He worked on his defense all summer long. And one of the reasons is he knew that he was basically going to be picking up Vince Carter's man. Carter working on offense all summer long. And there is a foul on Crozier. So he gets his second personal foul. So Austin Crozier, a impact in this ball game coming off the bench. And meanwhile, the invincible one on the line for 2. Taking a look at the Clarion health update, Jerome Williams, who has been bothered by the sprained ankle, and he is on the floor now, getting the first test of this ankle tonight.
I talked to him before the game, Al. He rolled that ankle in their game against Miami and said it has gotten considerably better since then. So his high energy act is probably moving closer towards 100% effective as he recovers from that ankle sprain.
Travis Best, Al Harrington in there for the Pacers. There is Williams as he does best, diving for loose balls along with his rebounding act. Keon Clark switching hands on the dribble and fades and hits. So
tough shot.
Now hit 2 jumpers. And the Raptors have opened up an 8-point lead.
Pacers have to be careful here, Al. The Raptors trying to put together a spurt to end the quarter. Pacers can't afford empty possessions the rest of the way.
Rose rises, and he has missed his first 4 shots tonight. He's on the line. And the Pacers there just standing around and letting Keon Clark. This is the top offensive rebounding team in the NBA. Clark tries from the other side, and he is perfect, dealing him from afar. Keon Clark, who's known as an inside player, he's worked up a sweat, and he has given the Raptors a 10-point edge.
Well, he's 56% from the field, and he can shoot that little 12 to 15-foot face-up jump shot.
Best swishes it through. Travis, who has been searching for his shots in the early going, but came up with the 2 mighty 3-pointers in the fourth quarter to do Orlando in Friday night. Carter loves the 3. And here's Travis Best being stopped by Carter. Indiana was 17 on the shot clock. So Travis Best will
they'll run some type of pick and roll here, trying to utilize Travis's quickness and ability to score.
He splits inside for the reverse, and he'll be trying to score now from the foul line. Jack Neese makes the call.
Well, the Raptors switched on this little cross screen, and that left Williams on Best, and Travis just exploded by him and was able to get inside. Watch him right there on the crossover. A little hesitation, now he's gone and inside the defense and able to draw the foul.
Travis upset that he did not make a shot. Looked like a tough shot, but that's vintage Travis Best. Tracy Murray, the veteran, is in. The small man in on a defense-offense plus Keon Clark with his third personal foul. And Toronto will have the ball for a final shot with 8 seconds to go. And last season off the bench, Travis was best as far as assists are concerned. 8 seconds for Toronto. In the hands of Peterson. Now it is Pardo quickly checks the clock. He'll go to work on Jalen Rose. And that ends the first period of play. Cold shooting for the Pacers, but they did make 11 of 12 from the foul line. So hang in there in Toronto.
You're watching a free preview of NBA League Pass on Sports On Demand.
NBA League Pass is like my own personal NBA control room.
Through the power of digital cable, NBA League Pass on Sports On Demand brings you up to 40 out-of-market regular season games a week.
My job transferred me far from home, but I can still see my team play.
Call now and save $20 with the early bird discount.
Since getting NBA League Pass, my place has become party central.
You can surf around the league with your digital cable remote and tune into the games you want. Want to see the hottest player in the league? Click, and you're there. Want to follow a team on a tear? Click, and you're there. NBA League Pass is all about putting you where the action is.
Move clear across the country and don't miss a thing.
Call now and save $20 with the early bird discount. It expires at the end of this preview, so make the call. Save the money. NBA League Pass. Now, you've got games.
A hero is someone who is strong and determined, courageous and dedicated, someone who is loyal to their family and friends, and known for their kindness to strangers. They are defined by the spirit of their convictions and the selflessness of their actions. They are our heroes.
Feel the excitement. Live the experience. Come be a part of the action. Get your tickets now to the world's greatest game, live and in person. Call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS or log on to NBA.com for tickets. There's nothing better than being there. Tickets are on sale now.
Beautiful downtown Toronto. The Air Canada Center, the scene for tonight's ball game between the Pacers and the Toronto Raptors. Indiana knocked off Orlando Friday at home, 117-107, facing one of the favorites in the Eastern Conference. Now take on another, but this time it is on the road. Toronto last year swept the Pacers in 4 games. We take a look at the Arby's game summary. Toronto 13 field goals, 54%. Indiana shot 35%. It seemed like 3% in the first quarter, but making it up at the foul line. Crozier 9 points. Check that. He had 8 points off the bench. And O'Neal had 9.
I think Austin knocked down a 3.
Well, they gave credit for the 3.
Yeah. And 6 free throws.
So the Pacers, Clark, in the first quarter, no points from Reggie Miller or Jalen Rose, no assists from Jamal Tinsley, trailing just by 6.
Well, the free throws helped, and they have a number of offensive weapons. They had 7 guys get double figures in the win Friday night against Orlando. So they have ample offensive firepower.
Olajuwon back in after picking up 2 quick personal fouls trying to stay with Jermaine O'Neal. And Travis Best with a little lefty swishes it in. And the Pacers now to within 4. Best in the backcourt with Miller. O'Neal back in the middle. He scored the first 9 points of the game for Indiana with Harrington up front along with Crozier.
Boy, that's a case where if you see the ball, Reggie has a chance to steal it. That pass went right between his arms, but because he had his back to the ball, he didn't recognize that it was coming.
pick and roll. It is Crozier. And
you want to be quick, but not in a hurry. Austin just a little undecided with what he wanted to do there, and ended up walking with the basketball.
Chris Childs, the veteran, came over from the Knicks in return for Mark Jackson and he is stripped by Best. Travis Best just races away and floats it up easily with the left hand. So a very quick start for Best, who had 10 points in the last game against Orlando, and that was his season high. He had scored a total of 7 points in the first 2 games. Pouring it on here tonight, Elijah Wan gets a friendly rim for his first field goal. Against Dallas the other night, he played 27 minutes, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 3 steals. Exactly what Toronto wants from the 38-year-old future Hall of Famer.
You're right, Al. Presence and contribution at both ends, and he'll have to do it in probably less than 30 minutes a night. But those kinds of numbers Lenny Wilkins will take all season long.
Crozier. And now it's Childs, and it goes to Williams, a stutter step, and then walks in. Toronto continues to try to push it up at every opportunity. They lead it by 8, just beginning the second quarter. We have a whistle inside. Reggie Miller all over referee Tom Washington. Reggie called it first, and then the referee adds it, and it's number 3 on Olajuwon. So foul trouble for Lenny Wilkins. Olajuwon with 3 and Keon Clark with 3. And it looks like we'll see Antonio Davis moving back to that center spot tonight. Crozier, he is open. He flicks the wrist. And there is Childs reaching in. The 8-year veteran out of Boise State. Spent 3 years in the CBA before making it in the NBA. Olajuwon, the dream shake. Alley-oop to O'Neal, but a little too much alley. Toronto record of 1-2 in the early going. They have Golden State coming in here. A premium on these 2 home games as Carter hits the 3 because Toronto will be heading on a 6-game Western swing early. Harrington, and he has really gotten that little fadeaway jumper down.
Well, he's just too strong for most of the guys that have been defending him. And because of that strength, he's able to put his body on smaller guys and create space for his shot. That time he just overpowered Vince Carter on the catch and then the finish.
A scrum inside. That foul is going to be called on the Raptors, but first that foul on the Raptors. Timeout is called, and we'll return in just a moment.
Now's the best time to join America Online.
Welcome. AOL is very easy to use.
Anyone can do it.
You've got mail.
I love AOL email.
Click and send. Everybody I know is on AOL.
I do feel good knowing that AOL has parental controls.
I can get AOL anytime, anywhere.
And now with the all-new and improved AOL mobile communicator, you can send and receive email and instant messages without a computer.
Every time I use AOL, I discover something new.
Now's the perfect time to experience America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1. Call 1-800-4ONLINE.
I play center for the Bulls. I'm the point guard for the Mystics.
I play
power forward for the six man.
My dad's the head coach for the Lakers.
Small forward. The 3-point specialist for the Celtics.
You can play or coach in the Junior NBA or Junior WNBA member league near you. Log on to NBA.com or call us at 866-JR-HOOPS to learn how you can participate as a player, coach, or parent.
I'm the small forward for the Spurs.
I'm the shooting guard for the Bucks. No, really, I am.
We know who the heroes are. They are the ones who in a time of need say, come with me. It will be all right. A fireman, a policeman, a soldier. They are our fathers, mothers, brothers, and sisters. We know who the heroes are.
It's got to be WB4 for the best comedy lineup in Indiana. At 6, David Spade stars in Just Shoot Me, and that's followed by Frasier at 6:30. Seinfeld at 7. The The best comedy, it's got to be WB4. Travis Best, Austin Crozier coming off the bench. Isaiah Thomas said even early on in preseason he wanted his two veterans to provide the spark coming off the bench, and he's getting it from them tonight. 17 points combined from the two.
Well, he needs to get it from his 2 and 3 men, Reggie Miller and Jalen Rose. Those are primary scoring positions in this league and always have been. And while you like to have your bench contribute, when you're up against a good team, you need your key guys to come up with good numbers for you.
Rose rises, swish.
Right on cue, Jay Rose.
So he had missed his first 4 shots. Reggie Miller has missed his 4 shots. And now they're both on the floor to try to bring the Pacers back into this one.
Well, there's plenty of time for those two guys to get going, but we can't have a steady diet of them being bageled for stretches at a time.
The Raptors have about 3 or 4 baskets that they have gotten the benefit of a very soft rim. Antonio Davis is back on, and he has moved into the middle against Jermaine O'Neal. Oh, the bullet pass. Rose to Miller. So Rose gets his first and helps Miller get his.
Excellent pass, as you see Reggie Miller acknowledging Jay Rose for that thread the needle feed.
Antonio Davis. O'Neal has 2 personal fouls, 10 seconds to shoot. Carter getting a rest, his first of the night. Playing on a sore knee, happened in the first game. Here's Childs for 3. It's right there. His first field goal of the evening. And it's the 3rd 3 for Toronto. And it opens up a 10-point edge for the hometown Raptors. This is going against Indiana, and it's against Jalen Rose. So Rose, who comes in as the 5th leading scorer early on in the NBA at 29 a game. Slow start tonight. But that's the same thing that happened against Orlando Friday, and he ended up with 24 points in the second half. At any moment, Jalen Rose could erupt. Antonio Davis averaged a double-double, was the all-star starter of the Eastern Conference last year. And that will be number 3 on O'Neal.
Boy, it looked pretty clean from our vantage point. Let's take a look. Nice job holding his ground there. Goes up to challenge, and he did get a bit of the arm. And that doesn't look like much, but if you touch the elbow or forearm of a shooting player, that can really disrupt and affect that shot. So J.O. going to probably sit for the remainder of the half.
And this is after an incredible start with Jeff Foster coming in. O'Neal just went right at Hakeem Olajuwon early and walked right around and through him for 9 points. Antonio Davis will be coming back to Indianapolis next summer, joining Reggie Miller and Jermaine O'Neal on the Team USA in the World Championship games. Definitely an Indiana flavor with Reggie and Jermaine and AD, Ray Allen, Michael Finley, Jason Kidd, Sean Marion also selected. There will be 5 more players selected to the team. They have some time. It will be next summer to be held in Indianapolis. We have a whistle inside. Tangling up with the little Travis Best was Antonio Davis. He gets his 2nd personal foul. The foul starting to mount for Toronto.
Well, let's take a look. AD. Oh, there he is. He caught him with a little forearm shiver. And the official, Tom Washington, right on top of him.
Harrington with Williams right in his face. Rose, defended by Murray, makes that one shake. And there is a spinning Al Harrington. And a beauty inside. 10-point lead for the Raptors. Orlando beat the Raptors by 29. Pacers beat Orlando by 10. We figure Pacers have that big advantage, but it just doesn't work that way. Reggie open in the corner. Forget about it.
Well done, and that play created by the quick footwork of Best to come up with the steal, but then Jalen Rose running the other lane out forced the defense to make a decision, and Travis Best was able to find the wide open Reggie Miller.
Baseline wide open and a line drive jumper by Antonio Davis. His high this year is 12. That happened in the last game. And he has 8 tonight in the first half. Harrington loses a 3-on-1, but Williams overruns it. From the floor, Williams makes the pass.
I don't know who chose that ball, but it is a bit slick. I mean, both teams have struggled to squeeze that orange.
And we will have a timeout. Perhaps they'll change the basketball.
A hero is someone who is strong and determined, courageous and dedicated, someone who is loyal to their family and friends, and known for their kindness to strangers. They are defined by the spirit of their convictions and the selflessness of their actions. They are our heroes.
I can be your hero.
Feel the excitement. Live the experience. Come be a part of the action. Get your tickets now to the world's greatest game, live and in person. Call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS or log on to NBA.com for tickets. There's nothing better than being there. Tickets are on sale now.
We know who the heroes are. They are the ones who in a time of need say, come with me. It will be all right. A fireman, a policeman, a soldier. They are our fathers, mothers, brothers, and sisters. We know who the heroes are.
I can be your hero.
Toronto maintaining the lead up by 9 midway in the second, and we have a bobblehead announcement here, Special K. Pacers and Pepsi-Cola will be teaming up to bring the best fans in the NBA, yes, the hottest item in all of sports, the bobblehead dolls. And first up is the Pacer game against the Hawks, November 20th. The first 5,000 fans will receive Jonathan Bender bobblehead dolls, and that is the first of a set of 6. Now, great demand for the bobblehead, so if you want to make sure to get the entire set, call the Pacers and you can order a special 6-game bobblehead ticket package. So if you get tickets through that package for all 6 of those games, you will be guaranteed the hottest item in all of sports, the bobblehead dolls. Tracy Murray, the veteran, second tour of duty here with the Raptors. The first was under Isaiah Thomas and Brendan Malone. That was his best season. First year of the Raptors. He averaged 16 points a game, and he had 151 threes. And now he is coming off the bench for the winningest coach in NBA history, Lenny Wilkins. Double figures lead for the Raptors. Rose and Miller with Harrington, Foster, and Best. Harrington, double team. There's that fadeaway, sets it up. Foster goes in, and he's got it, and he is fouled. A hustle play. Feisty Foster inside beats the Raptors to the ball.
He just never gives up. He keeps his feet alive, and he uses his upper body strength. See, he's wrestling with Antonio Davis, but the feet are continuing to move, and that's what freed him up to get to that offensive rebound. See, watch him wrestling, upper body wrestling, but the feet are still active. And as a result, he's able to get that loose orange and put it up and draw the foul on Child.
The other night against Orlando, he went to the foul line. He was all over the place 7 times in the first quarter. He only played 15 minutes, but stat stuffer Foster scored 13 points, which is just too shy of his career high. And he did it in 15 minutes.
Well, the Pacers are doing enough good things here in the second quarter, Al, but their defense. Wow. Boy, it seemed as though Antonio got away with the walk there.
Just plowing his way inside, the muscular 6'9", 230-pound, 9-year veteran from Texas, El Paso.
Well, I don't know if it was a walk as much as it looked awkward.
versus Indiana. The double-double for Antonio Davis.
With only 30% shooting in those 8 games. Although the Pacers lost all 4 last year to the Raptors.
He has 11 points, 3 boards in the first half. Inside 5 minutes to go. Rose fakes, fadeaway lefty, and Jalen Rose gets his second field goal.
Let's see if the Pacers can put together a little bit better defense here in the last 4.5 minutes. They came into the game, Al, only allowing the opposition 40% field goal shooting. But the Raptors have shot much better than that.
Well, we talked about the bobblehead dolls. This has been a ball game for Indiana. Foster got in there. He had position, but they're going to give the ball to the Pacers as Vince Carter checks in.
They called the foul on, I think, Mo Peterson. He's on the ground. And they say he grabbed Al Harrington. And from that replay, you could tell he did get his hand right up against the ankle of Harrington.
Peterson, who's the 21st pick in the first round. Jamal Tinsley on the floor at 27. And already he is one of the players mentioned in the running for Rookie of the Year after 3 games. And Reggie Miller drills another 3. So efficient is Miller. Against Orlando the other night, he only took 7 shots. He scored 17 points. He has 8 points tonight, and he has now hit 3 field goals in this second quarter before picking up his first personal foul. So Reggie Miller now has hit 9 3-pointers in the regular season. He is donating $1,000 to the American Red Cross Disaster Relief Fund. The Pacers will match that with a donation of $1,000 to the Indiana chapter of the Red Cross for each 3 that Reggie hits. He also hit 13 in preseason, and those count, so the numbers are totaling. He hit 170 last year. In his 14th season, that was his 3rd best from downtown. So numbers should be up there for 3 for Reggie this year. A very quiet 15 for Vince Carter. And he takes a wicked block there from Foster. Tinsley spins, finds Foster open. He flicks the wrist. Harrington runs it down. Foster goes in and buries the ball. Harrington the assist, and Foster his second hoop, and Indiana slices it to 7. There's the time remaining in the first half in Toronto. Pacers in Philadelphia Tuesday, and you'll see that ball game right here on WD4 starting at 7 o'clock, and then Indiana home Wednesday night against Sacramento. Isaiah Thomas will then see the Knicks come in on Friday night, and Portland coming in on Saturday. 3-game homestand for the Pacers later this week. So the blistering shooting by the Toronto Raptors. Pacers not shooting in the second quarter, getting their total up to 50%. Toronto looking to run. That'll be on Reggie Miller holding Jerome Williams, who had a clear view of the offensive hoop. Miller gets his second personal foul, and the Pacers want to talk it over. Inside 3 minutes left in the first half in Toronto, the home team by 9.
You're watching a free preview of NBA League Pass on Sports in Demand.
NBA League Pass is like my own personal NBA control room.
Get up to 40 out-of-market regular season games a week.
My job transferred me far from home, but I can still see my team play.
Call now and save $20 with the early bird discount.
When a player's on fire,
when my team tips off,
you'll be there. The discount expires at the end of this preview, so call and order now. NBA League Pass. Now, you've got games.
A hero is someone who is strong and determined, courageous and dedicated, someone who is loyal to their family and friends, and known for their kindness to strangers. They are defined by the spirit of their convictions and the selflessness of their actions. They are our heroes.
can be your hero.
I play center for the Bulls. I'm the point guard for the Mystics.
I play
Power forward for the Sixers.
Six man.
My dad's the head coach for the Lakers.
Small forward.
The 3-point specialist for the Celtics.
You can play or coach in the Junior NBA or Junior WNBA member league near you. Log on to NBA.com or call us at 866-JR-HOOPS to learn how you can participate as a player, coach, or parent.
I'm the small forward for the Spurs.
I'm the shooting guard for the Bucks. No, really, I am.
Pacers basketball is brought to you by Conseco, meeting Middle America's financial needs. Conseco, step up. By Finish Line, official sponsor of the Pacers honorary ball kid program. By March, we value you. By Miller Lite, grab a Miller Lite, it's Miller time. And by Pepsi, the joy of cola.
Raptors have become big time here in Toronto. Only 4 years ago, this franchise won 16 games and lost 66. They have turned it around. They've been in the playoffs the last couple of seasons. One missed Vince Carter jump shot last year from getting to the conference finals. And this year, Carter, with the addition of Hakeem Olajuwon, all the free agents were signed. Carter re-upped for another 6 years. Antonio Davis, the long-term. This man, Jerome Williams, signed a long-term contract along with Alvin Williams and the addition of Hakeem Olajuwon. Last year, they won 47 games, and they're looking to up it this season. Their goal is winning the division in the conference, getting to the NBA Finals. Funny, that was the same goal of the Orlando Magic when they came in. Pacers against two of the Eastern Conference co-favorites, along with Milwaukee. Three teams that have been picked by most of the experts in the preseason previews, while the Pacers have been kind of under the radar screen. Most seeing the Pacers slotted anywhere between 3rd or 5th place in the division, 10th or 12th place in the conference, which would mean out of the playoffs.
Well, that's why it's fun to look at the preseason picks, but it's also why you play the games, because so often those preseason picks can be altered by surprisingly good play, injuries, and other factors. And the Pacers feel like they have a chance to be sneaky good, as Isaiah Thomas phrases it.
That technical by Reggie off of the defensive 3-second violation, one of the new rules. And now another foul. This is against Morris Peterson, his second personal foul.
Well, there you see Rose and Peterson, both guys. That's where Peterson got whistled. He got the arm behind him and on top of Jalen Rose. Prior to that, I think the official would have allowed both players to continue a little contact there. But when Peterson grabbed Jalen, that was it.
Jalen Rose this season, 13 of 14 from the foul line. Fouls mounting for the Raptors and could be a factor in the second half. High man is Vince Carter with 15, Antonio Davis 13, Morris Peterson with 10. 3 Raptors in double figures. No Pacer yet has hit that coveted mark.
I think the Raptors, they've gotten too many good, high-quality shots in this first half, Al. You know, a team with their talent and the way they're moving the ball, they're going to get some good shots, but they've gotten too many of them. Pacers are going to have to tighten it up and make sure they're challenging more shots the rest of the way and in the second half.
And that's a 24-second violation. Tinsley putting the heat on.
Well, I wonder why they don't allow that possession to go the other way. The ball was under control.
Happened again.
Well, Isaiah is talking with Jack Neese. Isaiah thought they had controlled it before the buzzer. Jack Neese telling him just by a fraction you did not.
We saw that in one of the opening games in which it took back an uncontested layup.
And clearly in that case the Pacers did have control. This one was a little more debatable.
Talked about Tinsley with his assists. He comes in as the NBA league leader in steals. It is only 3 a game, but he's in a 4-way tie in that category. Rose with a ricochet. Shot has been, the other limit. Right.
Exactly. You talked about that, Al. And I watched both teams shoot prior to the game. And the rim the Pacers are on is extremely tight, whereas the rim the Raptors are on now seems to be a little more forgiving.
Well, perhaps that may augur well for the Pacers in the second half. Foster in traffic. Vince Carter calls for the travel, but the officials will not agree. Carter flunking out of officiating school. Lenny Wilkins, who has seen it all, also agrees with his ball player. But
well, let's see.
Oh no, they just run down from behind.
He got bumped by Antonio Davis.
And if that foul is on Davis, that is his third. No, they're going to call it on Mo Pete. So Peterson now, his last two, just kind of getting lost in the shuffle. Now he has three.
Well, I can understand his disappointment and Lenny Wilkins, because I don't think Mo Pete was in the neighborhood.
Peterson got off to the quick start offensively, 10 points in the first quarter. But all he has picked up since that time are personal fouls. Indiana right now vaulting to the top of the NBA in foul shooting at 83%. And tonight they are now 14 of 18, with Foster making 1 of 2. Carter for 3. Well, Friday night against Orlando, the Pacers had 63 points at halftime. Toronto now with 64, and we still have a little to go. Rose looking to counter, but Jalen ice cold here tonight. 2 of 9 from the field. Carter with the moves. Carter last year averaged 35 a game against Indiana, and that was exclusively from the outside. He had only 1 dunk in 4 games against the Pacers. He has 18 here in the first half. Tinsley gets it in the open floor, and Antonio Davis gets it as he comes back. Leads to another Raptor fast break. And the lead grows to 13 in the closing seconds of the half. Tinsley calling the play. We're talking about the Pacers taking the show on the road, or showtime, but the Raptors have been a step quicker in the first half. Tinsley whips the pass, and there is Davis again. Harrington, no. Pacers still contend with that unfriendly rim, and this call going against Indiana.
Well, they had opportunities there, Al, and oftentimes when you get multiple chances and don't convert, something bad happens at the end of it. Good pass here by Tinsley. Good block by Antonio Davis. Then Foster in good rebounding position. Rushed it a bit. Then Harrington unable to convert. And then finally Foster guilty of the over-the-back foul. And right now the difference in this first half, the quality of the shots for the Raptors, both in their half court and in transition. They've been able to capitalize in transition a little more than the Pacers.
Yeah, the difference standing at the foul line. Antonio Davis coming up at the half. Scott Hoke, Pacers Sixer preview, and also a feature. The Pacers go back to school. And Pacers being taken to school here in Toronto in the first half. But with all the foul problems, Lenny Wilkins had to insert Antonio Davis in the middle. And all he's done is come up with 11 points in the second quarter. And he has 3 block shots, really intimidating the Pacers inside. So Toronto ends the first half with a 10-3 run and opens up their biggest lead of the ball game. They put 67 up there at halftime. Isaiah Thomas sees 53 for his team.
Baroni, been around. Number 3 pick in New York in '78, then Philadelphia, San Antonio, to Europe. Fires. Got it. A 1-point ball game. Kareem left at the 3:06 mark. The Laker lead is 103. 102 at the 3-minute mark. Lakers have the ball and the lead. Magic Johnson's got the ball. Magic looks for Worthy. Gives to Scott. In low to Worthy. He's under there. Put it up. No goaltending. A block shot. There was no pin apparently. Here's Stockton to take the lead if he can. Underneath goes Stockton. Throws it up. No. Rebound is off. Malone has got it. Throws it up to be fouled. Foul is on AC. And Malone can give the Jazz the lead. Malone free thrower. Green got him and got him good. The Jazz at 2:40 left to play in the fourth. Both centers have fouled out. Malone a fair free throw. This one's good. We're tied at 103. Worthy got a great shot the last time down.